Do you think it's possible that we're the most advanced life form in the universe?
Probably not. I think that aliens in outer space don't use rocket ships. They don't use that rocket ships because they crash, they have problems with gamma rays, radiation, food, whatever. They've digitized themselves, placed their consciousness on a laser beam, and there's a laser highway. A laser highway that could be right next to the Earth, for all we know, carrying the digitized souls of civilizations, and we're totally clueless. We're so stupid, we don't even know that that's how the aliens move from place to place.
I'm saying generally the popular imagination of a UFO, craft will come and land, somebody will come out of it. So you're thinking like this because that's how human beings operate, all right? That we will go land somewhere, then the door opens, we come out. How do you know that's how they also do it? That's not how it is.
One thing is clear here, this we are 100% sure, is there's a tremendous amount of activity in the lake, and this activity is… the nature of the activity is such that it has nothing to do with anything that we know as life on this planet. It's something totally different. It's life, but not the way we know it.
I have living experience with certain extraterrestrial life forms.
You do?
Yes, there are a whole lot of videos which I've spoken about. I have a reputation of being very logically correct. Now I don't want to lose it by talking about it to everybody. But in exclusive groups I've spoken in detail, I've made other people experience these things. Very profound experiences of life which is not of this planet. But it's not like a craft will land, they'll open the door, they'll come out. This is all your own thing. You parked the car, you opened the door, you locked the door, you came out. This is your thinking, all right? It is not necessary other life should operate the way we operate. It is nothing like where we are. It's something totally different. So, people have seen things here and there. Some of it could be mistake, some of it could be exaggeration, some of it could be just total lies. But definitely some people have seen something, some people have experienced something. There's no denying, everybody will not be lying. There is no denying, it is there. But we are thinking just the way we are, they will also be. All we can think is a little bigger ears, little bigger eyes, maybe 3 eyes instead of 2. This is just exaggeration of what we already know. Leave the imaginations aside. Is there life beyond us? It would be very pompous to believe that in such a vast cosmos, we are the only evolved life on the planet. In the universe is itself a very pompous belief system. Definitely there is more life, and you know, it is done… we have done things with it in the past.
We've done things with it?
Yes, we have done some experiments with such life, we have made people experience this very strongly.
When you say we, who do you mean?
We as a group, we have done certain things with…
You?
Yes.
So how?
Don't go into it.
Why not?
I have a reputation of being very logically correct.
Well, if you're logically correct about extraterrestrials, wouldn't that be beneficial to people that are hearing this?
No.
Why?
There are… see, our logic is related to our existence, the way we are made, all
Yes.
right? The way the existence is made doesn't fit into our logic. This is the biggest mistake that modern societies are making. You're trying to fit the existence into your logic. No, your logic has place in the existence. Existence cannot be… you can't fit it into your logic because your logic functions between binaries of 2. You and me have to be there for logic. The whole spiritual experience itself is not logically correct because the experience of life is beyond 2. There are no binaries in spiritual process. When I use the word spiritual, I am not using the word spiritual the way religions are using. They're talking about a spirit which goes and comes and whatever, not in that sense. If you experience your life beyond your physiological and psychological construct, then you're spiritual.
So, you mentioned it, which is already the most difficult thing to do. Now, to talk about it, you feel like would somehow or another discredit you. I don't understand that because
because there is only thus far that your language goes. When you speak something, human languages, I have to be logically correct, otherwise you cannot speak.
But how are you experiencing this thing? Can you just tell me how you're experiencing these things?
See, in certain spaces, there are very strong presence, which is when you feel the texture of that life, you know it is not like anything that we know here. Obviously, it doesn't belong here. It has a different source than the life that we are. We have done experiments where we attracted certain life which doesn't have any texture of earthly life.
And how do you conduct these experiments?
I used certain people to invite them into their bodies, and what happened there is totally unbelievable for people, because I'll tell you a simple thing.
Just as an experiment, we set up one body and set up this body like an invitation.
The weather was already like nearly zero, kind of sub-zero kind of atmosphere. It was in Tibet. And I kept a bowl of water about 3 inches above the head.
I was asked to lie down in Shavasana. It was like a 1000-watt electricity just passing through me. And after that, what I felt was something was placed on my head. I really had no idea what it was, but it was extremely hot to the point of discomfort that was placed on my head.
When I just opened her up a little bit and set up a situation for that, they just simply rushed through her system in such a violent way, entering through the Swadhisthana and leaving through the Sahasrara in a brisk moment.
I knew that if we restrain, it'll generate temperature and it could cause damage to the person's body. So we kept a bowl of water just above the head when the person is lying down, just about 6 inches away from the head.
And when this life entered and I tried to hold it within that body, you won't believe, this bowl which is 3 inches, the person is lying down on the ground, on wet soil, they just put a bed sheet and this person is lying down. This bowl is about 3 inches above the head on the ground. The water started boiling. There are over 200 people watching the water boiling, all right? Because it created so much heat, then I let it go because it could burn up the person, fuse out that person in some ways. Because the moment it felt trapped, it created such heat. The water is actually boiling 3 inches away from the…
Did you film this?
Huh? From a distance they filmed it, bad filming, they were not really looking for it, but it is there.
And how many times has this happened?
We did this about 2 times we did it properly, another time we did a mild one. After that, I thought I will go spend time there, which has never happened. And above all, it doesn't serve any purpose like that,
It doesn't serve a purpose to
It
experiment?
doesn't… it is more to know, not… it doesn't serve a purpose as to how you can use. I have to admit, I was stepping into an area where I don't know a damn thing, okay?
Right.
So you could make a mistake and take somebody's life or your own life or something like that.